everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. Today's video is going to be the third update for my rolling project pan. This is the project where I can pan everything that doesn't fit into the other projects that I'm doing. It's not like one in, one out type of system. I can have here as many products as I want to. I will say my update schedule currently is a little bit off. This update was supposed to be filmed midway through May, but then again the update before that was a couple of weeks late. Today I want to keep this video a little bit shorter, and I'm only going to share with you the empties that I have and the new roll-ins, but then in the next update we are going to take a proper look into all of the products that are in the project. So let's first talk about the empties that I have in this project. In the last update I rolled in two primers and I was actually able to finish both of them. So this Smashbox Photo Finish Illuminate Glow Primer, this one I expected that I could finish, and then the W7 Prime Grip Primer. This one I didn't think I could quite finish. I'm happy to have these two primers out of my collection. If you watched my makeup inventory video that I filmed in April, primer was a category that I wasn't super happy with, but now that there's two out, I feel way better about my primer collection. There's one primer that I have in my collection that I was considering if I should put it into this project and try to finish it or not, and I decided not to do that. It's another cribbing primer, and that W7 primer taught me that I don't really care for cribbing primer because it's going to make my face so sticky and I need to use a ton of powder to set it. So I just don't like that kind of primer. So I'm going to give that primer to my sister. Then a couple of other complexion products that are empties right now. The W7 HD foundation, I will say there's maybe one or two more uses in here, but I'm going to count it as an empty for the sake of this video. I do have, however, another shade of this one that is a little bit darker, and that one should match me nicely when I have gotten some tan. Another complexion product that I finished is the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. I think I removed the stopper out of this one before the last update, and then I said I'm going to keep using it as long as I can. And then I think it was in the very end of April that I just decided that this is starting to be unusable. Sure, there is still a little bit product maybe on the sides, but it is so thick that it's just getting difficult to blend out, and the shade is too light for me. It's clearly lighter than my skin tone, so that also makes it difficult to blend out. So it's just getting unusable, so I'm calling it done. And then I do have here one more complexion product empty. This is the Astra Makeup Velvet Skin Loose Powder. This one is a beautiful glowy setting powder. If you're into glowy powder, I would highly recommend. This one doesn't have any like clear shimmer glitter particles, and this is basically going to give this beautiful luminous finish. It almost looks like you have foundation on and you didn't set it at all. It looks really natural. But I prefer to set my face to be completely matte because my skin is going to get a little bit oily throughout the day, and it's going to have that slight glow or oiliness, however you want to describe it, but it's going to get that anyways, so no need for me to add that with a powder necessarily. But yeah, beautiful product, just I prefer matte one, at least right now. Okay, so those were all of the makeup empties. So then I do have 4 perfume sample empties. These are all 5ml perfume samples that I rolled into this project in the last update, and I will give you really quick reviews of these. But I will say I'm not going to buy any of them. I didn't like any of them so much that I would actually buy them. And then I will link down below my Fragrantica account if you want to see my thoughts and reviews of these perfumes or any other perfumes I have sampled, or if I have given a review of a full-size perfume that I have, so you can check them there. I don't want to talk about these too long because perfume is something that I could go on and on about it, but let's try to keep it brief. So first, Marshmallow Blush by Paris Corner. This one is a dupe for the Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow, I think it is. And this one smells beautiful. It smells like a strawberry milkshake. But first of all, I don't necessarily want to smell like milkshake. I like gourmands, especially like vanilla gourmands, but I still don't necessarily want to smell like straight up food. There are some perfumes that smell really, really pastry-like, and I really do like them, and I don't mind smelling like that. But do I want to smell like milkshake? No. But another issue that I have with this is that it's such a weak scent. This is a 5ml sample, as I said, and I used it within 2 days, and still I felt there's not enough of that scent. And I'm not somebody who wants to fill an entire room with my perfume, but I want to be able to smell it myself, and so that if somebody comes close enough, they can smell it. But this one is just... it was weak and, in my opinion, pretty poor performance. Then I do have here 3 Lattafa samples, so Noble Blush. This one is like a really creamy rose perfume, and I just don't care for rose perfume. I think this one is pretty good for it being a rose. Maybe because it is a rose gourmand, but it's still a rose, and I don't like roses that much. Then Lattafa Victoria. This one is like a lemony gourmand, but this one has that floral aspect to it. Now, when it comes to lemon gourmands, my favorite, and I mentioned this in the last update, and I have talked about this in another video, so is the Empire Victor from Catrice, which I have sampled. I do still have my sample, although I have used it up because I just want to smell it here and there. But yeah, this one is beautiful. This one is like a warm, rich citrus gourmand, while Victoria is more like a floral, a little bit more on the fresh side, citrus gourmand. And it has a little bit of that cleaning product vibe. I don't know, I guess I have realized that I don't really like fresh gourmands. They just feel a little bit off for me. I'm maybe wearing one today that is a fresh gourmand. We are going to talk about that a little bit later. But there's something in them that just doesn't vibe with me. Then probably from these samples that I did have now in this project, my favorite was Ensemble Gold from Lattafa. I really don't know how I should describe this, but I would say it's like a floral, candy, fruity perfume. It has a little bit of gourmand elements, but then it has a lot of floral too. So it's not really clear what it is, but this one is a dupe for 2 more expensive, like luxury niche perfumes that are really popular. But yeah, I have sampled this before, then I wanted to sample it again, but I just don't quite get the hype of this one. It is a floral with some gourmand elements, and I don't know, I'm not that much of a floral person, but I do have one floral that I love. It is actually here. It's the Shot from Lattafa, and this one is more like a yellow floral, but it's not similar at all really to Ensemble Gold, like the notes are really different, but what they have in common is that they're both floral first and then gourmand in the background. But Shot is yellow floral, which I have realized is more my thing, and it has that vanilla base there, so yeah. Shot I love. Ensemble Gold, while I do think it is pretty, it just doesn't quite feel like my kind of perfume. And the last empty that I have, I was finally able to finish the Innocent Body Cake that my sister gifted to me. Yeah, I didn't really care for this product because this one was like a body oil in a bar soap form, so it was just really unpractical product. I was actually able to finish the last of it today. This was just something that I all the times forgot to use. Okay, so those were all of the empties. As I said, today I'm not going to talk about all of those products that are staying in this project. There are some, I have made some good progress, but I want to keep this little bit quicker today. I'm filming late in the evening and I'm starting to be tired. Yeah, let's talk about the roll-ins. I'm going to roll in one new complexion product into this project, and this one is the W7 Banana Dreams Loose Powder. Now, I bought this powder earlier in spring and I thought I'm going to use this one as my under eye setting powder, and I tried it once like that and no way I can use this like that. This one is just going to be really yellow and dark on my under eye. I don't think it would work even if I get proper tan. However, what I do think this one will work for is as a setting powder when I have tan. So I'm not going to necessarily start using it quite yet, but once I start getting any color to my skin, any tan, then I will try to set my face with this one. But I will say this one is pretty much full. But on the other hand, I have noticed recently that I'm not that light-handed with powder. I do like to set my face so that, you know, I do use quite a bit of powder, so finishing a powder is not impossible task for me. Okay, then this is something that I hinted in the last update, that I'm going to roll in all of my liquid cheek products. So these are something that I bought in last summer, so now it's time to use them up, because then I only use these products in summer. I really do not like to use this other than that. So only on summer, during every day when it is really hot weather, that is when I do prefer something like this, because I want to do my makeup quickly, and I do think these can be easier on those days. So I do have here the Catrice, I'm not sure what this is even called. Here it says Bronzing Cushion Stick, but I thought the name is something different. Anyways, the name of the shade is Son of Rhodes, and Rhodes is like one of my favorite places. Actually, my earrings that I'm wearing today are bought from a jewelry store from Lindos Rhodes. But yeah, the name was pretty much the reason why I decided to pick this particular liquid bronzer. But yeah, I have used it a couple of times. It's nice. At least now that I don't have any tan. We'll see when I get tan if it's going to be a little bit too light. But then again, if it's going to be a little bit too light, I can use a little bit more and be done with it quicker. Then I do have two of these Essence Baby Got Blush blushes. So I do have the shade Dirty Rose, which I do think the name describes it pretty well, and then Coral Crush, which is more like a peachy shade. I don't think this is coral in a way that it would lean pink, because coral I think often has a little bit of pink there. I don't think that's the case with this one. It is like an orangey peachy shade. I don't know realistically when I will be able to finish these. We will see maybe in the next update how much progress I have been able to make. But I will wait this. I didn't do it yet, but I will wait them maybe tomorrow morning before using them for the first time after filming this video. So then we can follow the weight progress at least. Okay, then I'm going to roll in some perfumes. My perfume collection has gotten a little bit out of control and I need to do something about it. So I said that I would talk about the perfume I'm wearing today, and I'm going to roll it in. So this one is the Kiana Angel by Afnan, and this one is duping the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. And it's just not my favorite scent. This one is exactly like a fresher type of gourmand. Like it wants to be gourmand and it wants to be fresh at the same time. And for me, so these type of perfumes often just come across a little bit weird. This one specifically, it's weird. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I'm still going to spray it on a little bit more because I want to finish this one. I don't even know why I bought this. It was such a stupid buy, but yeah. Anyways, I don't hate it. If I hated it, I wouldn't force myself to use it. That is that little line there where I am currently. So I have been able to make some progress already. I just need to mark it a little bit better. Yeah, hopefully I'm able to make some progress with this one. I do think this is a perfume that I'm not really going to wear it if I go anywhere, but in summer I will be pretty much a lot of the days just at home studying, so on those days this one will work perfectly. And it is sort of like a cooling scent. It really, after the opening, it smells like ice cream. So maybe 10, you know, in summer this will feel nice and cooling. And my goal is to finish that perfume eventually. Am I able to do it this year? I doubt it, but you know, maybe I will surprise myself. But I'm going to roll in another perfume, and this I do want to finish this summer. This one is a 10ml travel spray of the Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. This one I also didn't mark yet, but that is how much I have left. Last summer I got this and I used up everything that is gone. And I got to say, I really loved this last summer. And this one smells beautiful. When I smell it from here, this is a rose perfume that I love because it's a spicy rose and It has some gourmand elements to it. However, I think what my issue is and why I want to get this one done is that I tried this once, maybe in February. I thought that I want to feel a little bit more romantic, so I'm going to wear this one. It's a rose perfume, but then it just smelled absolutely horrible on my skin on cool weather. Like, I didn't get any of that spiciness or anything. I just smelled straight up patchouli. And this one has patchouli there, so it makes sense. And patchouli is a note that I don't mind it. I know a lot of people really dislike it. My favorite fragrance, which is the Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugar Patchouli, it obviously has patchouli there. But I love that fragrance. But in here, on cool weather, it just smelled so off-putting. So yeah, and then I do think in summer, this one is a little bit more on the heavier side. So it's really for me only like summer night, summer special occasion, maybe filming, going on a date night, whatever. That sort of perfume, and I just cannot justify like really having a bottle of something that I would wear so rarely. So because of that, I do want to finish this one, this becoming summer. Okay, then I'm still going to roll in 4 different perfume samples, and these are all smaller samples, and my samples collection has grown a little bit. I got some as gift with purchase and some I have bought myself, so I just want to do something about it. So Kayali Coffee Oud, which just smells like rose in my opinion. Maybe rose and roasted coffee. Honestly, I think what I will end up doing with some of these samples when I try to finish them is use them as room scents. So maybe I will spray them a little bit on a paper and smell them like that, because this one, I think a little bit in a room, it might smell nice, but do I want to smell like this? Not necessarily. Okay, then there is the Amber Oud Gold Edition, and this one is from Al Haramain. And this one is an example of perfume that is labeled kind of like unisex, but for me, it has a little bit of that masculine feeling. It smells like something that I could wear if I work out. But would I want to wear something like this to work or anywhere? I don't think so. Then I do have here a couple that I got as a gift with purchase. Well, actually, the Afnan Souvenir Blooming Bliss, this is something that I have also bought a sample myself of this one, and I do still have that sample left, but then I got this one as a gift with purchase from another website. This one is another perfume that has something masculine there, but I do think it's still a little bit more on the feminine side compared to the previous one that I talked. And actually this one is supposed to be one of the perfumes that is duping the vanilla powder from Matière Première. Another one is Hot Lush Foursome White, which I actually have, so because I have the Foursome White, it's pretty similar to this one, not completely, but yeah, I do want to finish this perfume. And then the last sample that I'm going to roll in this time is, this is just called Khayal. I do believe this one is from Paris Corner. It's not listed on Fragrantica yet, but this one is supposed to be a dupe for one of the Parfums de Morley perfumes. Is it Valaya or something that is like a citrus musk? This one really smells something like that. But yeah, all of these samples I'm going to be rolling in, so quite a lot of perfumes entering this project. Hopefully by the next update I will be able to finish those samples so that I could then roll in some new samples, because I really want to get my samples collection down. But anyways, I think the video has been long enough and it was super rambly. I felt like it's hard for me to talk today and make sense. The spring has been pretty busy. I have had a lot of lack of sleep. I do think in June I'm going to film some sort of like Chatty Get Ready with me, where I will give a little life update. Yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching this video and see you on my next one. Bye bye.